1832.org.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Today is going to be our first time in our show, and we would like to introduce you guys to us.
To us.
Yes, so it's our name of this show is Talkaholics, and my name is Jose Covarrubias, and
Jasmine Britton.
yes. So the whole purpose of this show is basically to. I know that we spoke with Mark for multiple times, and he wanted us to have our own show here at this radio station.
Yes.
And it's to educate and empower our communities when it comes to financial services or financial literacy in general, right? So we will be, like I said, introducing ourselves. We would like to start off by obviously, letting you guys know who we are, why we're doing this, and then basically what are going to be some of the basic things that we're going to be explaining and then showcasing in this show. So I would like for Hasmin to introduce herself and let you guys know who she is and what is Jasmine like, and
There you go.
What's her passions? So
Of course. Hi, guys. A pleasure to be here today with you, Jose. We are so excited. We have so much information lined up and so much fun today. My name is Jasmine Britton. I am Salvadorian. I am a mom of two, and I've been working with the Latina community for about 2 years now. Absolutely love to empower women that are going through different issues and phases of in life, and just let them know that they're completely capable of doing whatever they set their mind to do. So that is a huge part of our show, because not only we're going to hit finances, taxes, all those amazing smart things, but also we want to empower. For me, it's going to be more the Latina women community that I've been working with, and just to almost like school them on the things they need to do and how they need to line things up for their business, right?
yeah, absolutely, yeah. And that's like I said, one of the key components of this show, right? To empower for her, like her biggest focus is that, right? The Latina community, females in general as well, not
Immigrants, yeah.
immigrants. So
Absolutely.
and then for me as well, I don't know if this is I'm gonna briefly explain what we have
do we
in front
got
of
here?
us. Yeah, so in front of us for the listeners on the radio only, right? We have 3 sets of hats, you could say, right? And then this is representation of basically who I am. So again, my name is Jose Covarrubias. I am I'm first generation Mexican American, so was raised also in Mexico. My parents they've been also entrepreneurs, even though they don't think that way. They have been entrepreneurs for their entire life. My dad used to work on the fields, and both ways, like,
Wow.
for my grandfather, and then obviously for somebody else as well. So like I know what that looks like.
Yeah.
And then my mom as well, she has had businesses as well. She was the owner of her own store. So I've seen this life since I was a kid. Right.
Awesome.
My grandmother, she has a store in Mexico. So this is not nothing new, I guess,
Right.
But the biggest thing too is like these hats, right? So these hats represent a part of my life. So I have like the middle one, which is my dad's hat. It's a cowboy hat. I'm describing it, and I keep it always, and I like to wear it just to remember and to remind myself, to always stay humble, and then know my beginnings and know where
Beautiful.
I'm coming from.
Love
And
it.
then on the right hand side, you guys, well, my right, your guys' left, you guys see a military hat. So I'm also a disabled veteran, and that is one of the biggest things that I focus on. It's on the military community and then the veterans as well. So again, the Hispanic community is also one of my fortes, and then military veterans and their families. When it comes to anything, benefits, this show will be for them, And then
Absolutely.
obviously at the end we have here the hat of the financial architects, which is the financial services industry that I'm in currently. So yeah, that's me. I would like to
That's amazing. Awesome.
yeah.
I love it because, we get to school a little bit. Our community, when it comes to immigrants, I think there is so much information that we need to put out there and teach our culture when it comes to, just immigrants. There's so much we don't know, unfortunately, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's so much we could learn, just whatever you're doing, like, whatever it is, that if you're in the fields, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're starting up, whatever it is, we limit our community to so much information. So I think this is going to be amazing for everyone to
Yeah.
learn, not just women,
Yeah.
not just immigrants, just
Yeah,
general
just
finances.
the our community in general, right? So and I think that's the biggest thing, right? A lot of us are not educated in that aspect, like the finance aspect.
Exactly.
You know, like a lot of people are also like either traumatized with
Scared.
yeah, scared, like yeah, for real, like scared because somebody either took advantage of them, and don't get me wrong, you know, there's a lot of people that still do the same thing that we do, but sometimes they do it not for the, I guess, for the good of the community, but they do it the good for themselves, you know. So and then unfortunately because of those people, we have very bad reputation, you know, and
Yes.
then it's harder to basically kind of like educate folks to get out of that norm because now they're like, oh,
Scared.
yeah, they're scared. They're
They're
like,
scared.
we heard this before.
Yes.
Like, I know you, I know what you're gonna say, and it's like sometimes it's like, for at least for us, we're trying to break that chain. You know, it's like
Yeah.
we're not here to sell you guys anything. We're not here to you know,
We're here
any-
to educate.
Yes,
100%.
literally
Yeah.
here to educate.
Yes, there's so many people taking advantage of other people, to especially immigrants,
Yeah.
when it comes to giving a service. And it's sad. It's very, very sad to see that, right?
It is. Yeah, it is. And then and not just to immigrants too, is like, you know, like sometimes also I've seen it like for elderly folks, you know, people
Exactly.
like of 65, 55 and up. Sometimes they get bamboozled, you know, they get fooled by so easily. And then now with the whole AI affecting it, you know, it's so crazy to see that now they can, like, you know, somebody can mimic your voice. They can even it sounds like you, looks like you. So it's now even harder to spot the what's legit and what it's not.
Right. Yeah. There's so much information out there, and you don't know if it's real or not. And usually, the elder people that are, for example, I know my mom, right, on Facebook, and they believe everything they see. So
Yes.
it's kind of funny. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But it's true. So that's why we're here, to educate a little more on what it comes to finances
Yeah.
and taxes and all that good stuff. Especially right now that it's tax season, right? There's
Correct.
so much to talk about on that topic.
Yeah. So the other things too that we're going to be focusing on, it will be like entrepreneurship, and then basically show you guys that you know, not everything that we do or how people live is always like, you know, we're going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know, like everything,
The real.
you know, the real stuff, real talk.
100%. Yeah.
So that's going to be our main focus. We will bring people that are experts in their own fields from our teams. Since kind of like what Hasmin was saying, we're going to bring people from tax strategists.
You name it. Well, you guys
Yeah.
request. If you have any requests of some specific person, or what do you call it, professional,
Professional.
that you want to have here on the show, and you want to ask questions, please go ahead and send suggestions or send us messages, because we have a lineup, but we would love to see what you guys want to hear, what you guys want to know, what you guys want to learn, right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. And then like kind of like today, right? Today we will have we were I'll kind of give a little sneak peek in our social medias of who we're bringing in today. So today we're going to be bringing in she is a tax specialist. So she's part of our team. Her name is Maribel Canales. And then she will be explaining us a little bit more about how to deal with like taxes, and then basically how to plan ahead for next year. And if we can even do stuff for this year as well, even though already, we're in almost mid-February. So she's gonna come after the break, and then she will explain all those things. But we're also gonna have later on some folks that have been in this industry for quite some time. So if you guys think they're like, oh, these people are just brand new, they don't know what they're talking about, we will bring experts that have been doing this for many years. One of them will be, I know for a fact, will be Manny Soto, who is the CEO of the Financial Architects. He'll be one of them. We have some other folks that are credit repair specialists. And then we're also going to bring people from the real estate industry. I know that we have some folks that are in our team that are realtors. We're going to bring some lenders. We're going to bring just all this.
All the experts.
Yeah, all the experts that we're going to pack it. And then basically bring it to a level that you guys can understand it. And again, if you guys have anyone and have like any
Dummy it
questions,
down.
yeah. So if you have any questions or you have something that you're like, you know what, I've always been wanting to know X, Y, and Z. You can always send us a text or even like give us a call. So I'm gonna give right now my number. That way you guys can do that. So it will be 714-360-3025. Or then also you can check us out on our social media. I know that for Hasmin, you want to
Social media. We're actually live right now, so if there's any questions, they could also type them there. But you can follow me at soy la jazz JAZZ 91 soy la jazz 91.
Yeah, so she is live right now on her Instagram. So if you guys want to chime in there as well, again, if you guys have any questions there, feel free. And then we do have a line here on the radio show. It is 909-383-1000.
So if you have any questions, right, they can
Yeah.
feel free to give us a call
Yeah.
at that line. Yeah, of course.
Give us a call. Again, is 909-383-1000. So 1000. And then, but yeah, so
Any tax questions that they have, they can ask away. Now is the time. Now is the right moment to ask about taxes, right?
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to say we are not brand new, okay? We've been doing this for a while, just not here on the radio. So we're brand new here on the radio, but we have a lot of knowledge that we're bringing to you guys from other shows that we've been doing, other podcasts, all kinds of stuff that we do. But we are very excited to be brand new here on KCAA. So
Yeah. So with that being said, what do you do, Hasmin? So you said that you do a lot of stuff. I want to hear, what do you do?
what do I do? Okay, well, I do finance strategy, yes, and I also work with a lot of women that are in the Latina community. They're starting up their business. I also do a little bit of wellness, herbalist, natural holistic medicine.
Okay.
So I help people. I guess that's just mainly what I do. I help people in different things.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're the owner of all these companies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, nice. So she's an entrepreneur herself,
I am,
obviously.
yes.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for about 6 years.
6 years. Oh wow, that's some time.
It's yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, why did you? I know that she forgot to mention this as well. So she is also a co-host as well of another podcast.
Yes.
What's the name of that podcast?
So it's Cafecito con Fuego, which means coffee on fire. Yeah, it's a Latina own podcast, I would say.
Okay. So what do you guys talk about in those type of podcasts?
So mainly it's women empowerment, but it's a little bit of chismecito, but we want to know, how did you start your business? We have all these women, not only in the Latino community or in general, but how did you start? Because there's a lot of struggle when it comes to opening up a business, right? And all the phases that you go through. And we also have women that they think they're not capable of doing it, or they're scared, or somebody else could do it, not me. So we just want to empower all the women and let them know that we have tools to help them out, and that they are 100% capable of doing it. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, your background, or whatever it is that you think that could limit you. It's just in your head.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And is that why you guys started this podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. To empower women.
Yeah, nice.
100%.
So it's kind of like the same thing why we started this podcast / radio show, right? So it's this exact same thing, obviously, to educate you guys, empower you guys, to let you guys know that it is hard,
It's possible.
but it's possible, right? There's nothing that is impossible unless you say it is, right? The biggest enemy of one is ourselves, right? We're the ones that actually put
Yes.
ourselves into those barriers, or like to think that we can't do it. I feel like I've had this idea of Talkaholics for quite some time now, and I know that the name for it was actually about 2.5 years now. It was through my, well, now she's my
Wife.
I guess like aunt.
Oh,
No,
I'm
yeah.
like wife.
No, my wife's, how can you call it? Like it's like a
Yeah,
it's a
she's your aunt,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's my aunt. Yeah. So my aunt, yeah. So she's my aunt. Like she was the one that actually was like trying to do this podcast too. If she's listening, Luz, I know that she was the one that also was talking about this. Like she wanted to do this podcast
She's welcome
too.
to come here and
She will be one of the guests in our podcast. But again, it was for the same reason, right? It's like, we have so many things that we talk sometimes, behind closed doors, that sometimes they're very important for folks,
Yeah.
just in general. Like, like she is also like a very successful woman. So, and sometimes it's like, why don't you just say these things, in like in a radio station or
Yeah.
somewhere, just anywhere, stuff like that. That way you can help somebody else.
Share.
But sometimes we're like too scared.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, we're like, people, what are they gonna say? What are they gonna
But
think
who's
about
gonna
me?
listen, But I think it's pretty cool to put out there all the struggles and the hoops that you go through when it comes to building yourself up as an entrepreneur. Because people see you when you're at the top, but they don't know everything that you've gone through to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. I have to say that.
No, it's not easy, but it's very, how can you say it?
Rewarding.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
very rewarding once you get to a point where you actually have, touch people's lives, for good.
Yes.
That's like the best feeling ever.
100%.
When you actually do things from the heart, and then you actually help those, families, whatever it is, those are like the best gifts, like that's when you actually feel like you're actually doing something right.
Yeah, yeah.
So and I know that sometimes people feel more discouraged because you're like, oh man, I just have only like 2 people on my life.
Doesn't matter.
But it's like, just keep on doing it. Like people that right now, they're very like, known. Like, one of the folks is kind of like, Mr. Beast, right?
Yeah.
He started like when he was like super young, and then nobody would have looked at his like videos or anything like that. And look at him right
100%.
now, like he's one, I think he's a billionaire now. So that's like something that
You gotta keep pushing.
gotta
Yeah,
keep pushing.
100%. I mean, it happened to me. I'm a content creator, okay? And yes, I am a content creator. And
Heck
I
yeah.
started with like 100 followers. I don't know, and now I have almost 3,000. And I remember people would be like, "Why is she making all that stuff? What's wrong with her?"
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna stop just because. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop just because of what
somebody says.
somebody says. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna keep going, and now I'm getting all kinds of people reaching out and asking for me to collaborate and stuff. And imagine if I had listened to that
Oh, yeah.
person or those people. Usually it's family and friends,
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is that we gotta understand that those are people opinions.
Yeah.
And then their opinion is not your reality.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
that's the biggest, I guess, kind of like flex that you can do, is like, whenever people don't believe in you, and then all of a sudden you're in the radio now,
Yeah. Hello. Hi, mom.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, not a lot of people, decide to go to do it. They
do it,
just
kinda
they
put
just dream
themselves out there, yeah.
they just dream, and it's not bad to be a dreamer, but then it gets to a point where you have to stop dreaming and start being a doer. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest flex, I guess.
Make it happen. 100%.
Yeah. So I know that the other thing too that we like I said, kind of going back again to what I want to focus as well later on, it's that there's a lot of things that occur, that happen to me, that I don't want to see continuing happening to the population when it comes to like the veterans or like the military people, like active duty. So I know that I'm gonna focus really heavily on those things to basically educate them and let them know that they're not alone.
Yeah.
And then there's people out there that do want to help them out, and they don't do it for I guess for the profit. You know, they do it for actually they want like to see other people succeed. I feel like both of us we're that way. You
Yeah.
know, we encourage people to do other stuff as well too. I feel like there's enough for everyone in everything that you guys do. And majority of times, you know, people just see other folks as their competition. When
That's huge. Yeah.
yeah, when I don't see anyone else as my competition. The only person that I want to be competing against is myself. So that's one of the biggest things that they know that I like to show to everyone. Like I really don't care what you're doing, man. Like, you know, I support you. I, you know, applaud you, but like I'm not your competition. I don't want to be your competition. I want to be competing
100%,
against
yeah.
myself.
I had a podcast interview the other day, and I loved something that I consider her kind of like my mentor. She said, you know, I focus on myself and I am my own competition. She's like, you know, I open my spa and I don't even know who I'm competing against because I don't even focus on that. I have no idea if there's any other spa around. Like, I just focused on me. That's my competition. And I thought that's strong, you know, that's
is.
powerful right there because that's it. You should only be focused on you being your own competition,
Yeah.
not anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, to a degree, right?
Yeah.
Like, you should also know what's going on around. I get it. I get it.
Some friendly competition is always
Yeah.
good. You know,
Yeah.
it kind of like, you know, puts you on the edge and be like, okay, maybe I should
Yeah.
maybe I should step up my game, you know, but it's true. Like what she said, you know, it's like you knowing that like your own competition is yourself, meaning that you want to basically do better things. So be better than yesterday, you know, and do better things that you know that your younger self will be proud of, you know?
100%. And we both come from different backgrounds. So I think this is going to be very interesting, very fun, very like we're going to learn a lot here because you can't say, oh, no, because I did this or I didn't do this, because right here, we're completely different backgrounds. We've
Yes.
done completely different things. And here we are, you know, like.
Yeah. No, yeah, for real. We have that, like, you know, some differences, but there's a lot of similarities as well, you know? And then,
Yeah.
like, you know, I feel like majority of both of us, I think we did also some mistakes that I know that we can probably, like, you know, now reflect back and then go for it and be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't have done this. And then this is a way that we can probably help, you know, give it forward, you know,
Yeah.
helping other people that are coming, you know, from the same, I guess, origins that we did, you know, like the same backgrounds or even not even the same backgrounds, but maybe they have like the same thought, ideologies or stuff like that. And then we can just help them out.
100%. 100%. So this is exciting, right? Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, so we're gonna be going here in a little break, and then after the break, we will be tuning in with Maribel.
Maribel, yes.
And then again, tax expert. If you guys want to chime in, make sure that you guys can either do that on the Instagram live with Jazz, or you can give us a call. Again, that is 909-383-1000.
Thank you.
¿Hasta cuándo nos iremos a casar? Y yo le contesto que soy muy pobre y que me tiene que esperar.
Southern California's Inland Talk Express is KCAA.
Her medal drought is over as Michaela Schifrin took home gold in the women's slalom event today at the Winter Olympics. It's her first Olympic medal since 2018 and the fourth of her career. It also gives Schifrin 3 Olympic gold medals in her career, breaking the American record for most won in alpine skiing. Men's ice hockey face off against Sweden today in the quarterfinals in Milan. The Swedes haven't lost to the Americans in Olympic play since 1960. Women's ice hockey take on Canada tomorrow in the gold medal game in Milan. U.S. hockey player Kendall Coyne-Schofield says they're poised for the challenge.
You know, and to rely on their experience, rely on their preparedness, and we're ready for this moment.
Team USA has outscored their opponents a combined 33-1. NFL news, the Chiefs, according to reports, restructured quarterback Patrick Mahomes' contract to free up $43 million in cap space. That's sports. I'm Ronza Moss.
There's a warning against relying only on a smartwatch to detect for high blood pressure. Michael Kastner reports.
A recent University of Utah health study shows the watch falsely alerts people without high blood pressure and also misses alerts for some who do have high blood pressure. Those involved in the study say smartwatches can support regular blood pressure checks, but not replace them. High blood pressure is the leading cause of heart disease.
Apple and Google are partnering to bring Gemini technology to the iPhone operating system. Per the multi-year deal, Google's AI models will be the foundation for Apple Intelligence's new enhancements. It's expected to roll out later this year. And Apple is hosting its next product launch next month in New York, London, and Shanghai. The iPhone maker announced the event Monday, calling it an in-person experience. It's a shift from previous launch events that have been held at the Apple campus in Northern California. It's unclear if it will be live streamed, which has been the case for those types of events since 2020. TAC Report, I'm Matt Mattinson.
Si yo no te escribo, tú no me escribes. Ey. Si tú quieres te busco, yo sé dónde tú vives. Quizás hoy está borracía, pero por dentro tú tienes alegría. Si quieres te la saco, 2 tragos y sabes que me pongo bella. No somos nada, pero estamos envueltos hace rato. WhatsApp sin el retrato, no guarda mi contacto, pero se la saco, 2 tragos y sabes que me pongo bella. No somos nada, pero estamos envueltos hace rato. WhatsApp sin el retrato, no guarda mi contacto. Todo es underwater, baby, vamos pa'l cuarto quarter. En la Uru te voy a dar duro pa' que no me compare. Ey, cuido con ese man que se va a romper. Ey, ese booty lo va a romper. Ey, yo no sé si yo te vuelvo a ver, si mañana me voy a perder. Tú eres una player, me hiciste un crossover. Esta vez me diste game over. Porque no puedo olvidar el perreo aquel que se fue viral. Dime si mañana te vas a quedar. Después de la alarma te lo voy a dar. Ey, hoy tú no vas a trabajar, no. Si quieres te la saco, 2 tragos y sabes que me pongo bella. No somos nada, pero estamos envueltos hace rato. WhatsApp sin el retrato, no guarda mi contacto, pero se la saco, 2 tragos y sabes que me pongo bella. No somos nada, pero estamos envueltos hace rato. WhatsApp sin el retrato, no guarda mi contacto. Me gustan así, piquetúa, mami, qué rica te. Quizás no sentiste lo que yo sentí, pero aún te debo una noche en la suite pa' darte tabla. Dale, mami, habla, tú eres una diablona. No te hagas pa' darte tabla. Dale, mami, habla, tú eres una diablona. No te hagas, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Ay, yo no sé tú, pero yo quisiera amanecer.
All right, guys, we're back. Just to give you guys a reminder, we're back in KCAA 106.5 FM and 1050 AM. And then this show is Talkaholics. So
Thank you, guys. Maribel, welcome to the program. It's a pleasure to have you here. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us, why is the tax topic so important?
Afternoon. Can you guys see me? I'm sorry, my office is a mess.
We see
But I was
we
like,
see
here
you.
I go. Well, I have been practicing tax law for 18 years already. I actually started at a Liberty Tax. I have a bachelor's in accounting, a master's in business administration. But I actually came into the tax business during the recession in 2008.
Oh.
So when I graduated with my bachelor's degree at the time, there was no jobs. And I actually came across a Liberty Tax ad on Craigslist. And
Wow.
so
Wow.
that's how I ended up going into tax law.
And this was this already after you had the masters?
No, no, this was my accounting
Oh,
bachelor's.
your accounting bachelor's. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, my accounting bachelor's. So that's how I actually started. Like nobody was hiring at the time, and I went on Craigslist. I found this ad with my partner Laura, who's she's my CPA that I work directly with. So she opened up a Liberty Tax out here, based in Pomona, California, and that's how we started. And a lot of trial and error, and then I just kind of really got into it, and I just like I started to learn the strategics when it comes to tax planning, business development, how it goes, how to guide clients that start as small businesses, and then all of a sudden they grow, and how I can guide them.
Nice.
Beautiful. But tell us also, before we keep on going with the tax topic, a little bit about yourself. So you're a mother, you're an entrepreneur. Like, we want to know because I think that's so important.
Yes. My when I got my job after the my master's program, I was actually working for a company. I got promoted to operations regional manager at the time. So I ended up doing a lot of like business development with the CEO to the company, and so he was pretty much my mentor and my right, like I was his right hand person. So I
Okay.
learned a lot from him. And then I pretty much just took those skills and implemented them into myself. So I am a single mother. I do have a child who has autism.
Okay.
So I'm really big on a lot of the special needs, community. I am very involved with them, and I try to even guide a lot of mothers with children
Yes.
who have special needs and what they can do in order, like the benefits with the regional center, the IHSS, the Social Security, and how that works, and the guidance when it comes to that.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. So important for all those people that, they think there's limits there and they can't do it, right? Like, it's just
Yeah.
showing us that it's possible. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
So I do have a question, and I know that we've been having this even like ourselves too. Is like, I know that we're in tax season right now, right? So what is, and I know that this was kind of my question. Do we have something, or can people still have any deductions for last year, even though already we're in like 2025, 2026? Is there anything like
Okay.
that we can utilize?
So my first biggest advice that I'm going to give to people is get with your accountants in October.
Okay.
Okay, moving forward, W-2s, self-employed, whatever it is, get with your accountant in October and start to strategize on what you can do, because you only get a certain amount of time until like December 31st to be able to do certain type of investments, contributions, what you can invest in at that point. For example, I had a client, and he was going to owe like $200,000 to the IRS. So I'm just like, he came to me in November, and I'm like, hey, go buy that truck.
Okay.
It's more than 6,000. That gives you bonus depreciation. It completely knocked off $150,000 out of his actual his bill,
Hmm.
but it's going towards his business.
Gotcha. So it's considered an expense now in comparison to basically owing them, right?
Well, you're either going to pay yourself in your business, or you're going to pay Uncle Sam. You guys decide who you want to give it to.
Okay. Okay. Hey, that's smart.
So that's my biggest advice that I tell people. I'm like, get with your tax accountants starting October.
And this is for a person who is a business owner, correct?
This would be for a business owner, yes.
So,
Now on a W-2 basis,
uh-huh.
Go ahead, ask.
Yeah. So on a W-2 basis, how would it be?
Again, currently right now, because we've already passed December 31st,
Hmm.
the one thing that I can recommend is putting money into an IRA.
Okay.
So, and again, there is also a threshold. So it depends how much you make,
Okay.
right? So you can put money into the IRA, and you have until April 15th of this year to deduct that on your current tax returns for this year.
Okay.
So it's a good way of doing something.
And is that to any type of IRA? Meaning like can it be like a Roth, or it can just
Roth.
be a traditional, just Roth?
It would have to be traditional Roth, but you
Oh,
have until April. Yeah.
oh, so it could be either or. Okay, but there is limitations, obviously, for whatever you can put on the Roth, correct?
Well, remember, you can only contribute 7,500, 7,500 per
Okay.
tax return, and
Hmm.
you don't get the entire amount because everything's calculated based on how much you make. However, it's still a way of savings. So,
Okay.
like with a lot of my clients, if I know they're gonna owe,
Hmm.
and I see it, and I'm just like, hey, you're gonna owe, but you might as well put it into the Roth IRA. Just do it, you know,
Okay.
and it offsets the liability, how much they have
Gotcha.
to pay.
So I do have a very specific question because I know that last year I did hear a lot of people that were going to like tax preppers, and then they were offering them for that year. It's also an IRA, which is like an annuity, right? And they would tell them like, okay, if you being a W-2, you can just put instead of putting it in or like paying the IRS, put into an annuity, and then that will basically clear off that debt. So
Okay, so you're talking about like a 401k. Like,
correct.
'cause you said W-2, right? All right, so
Yes.
here's how this works. So the only time that I recommend 401ks is if the company is going to match a really good percentage over it,
Okay.
right? And let's say your company matches you 50%, 100%, even better. Yeah. So what it does is your gross taxable
Hmm.
income gets reduced.
Oh.
Only the gross, yeah,
Okay.
on federal side and on state side. However, this is why I always want to point out, your social security, your Medi-Cal stays the same.
Okay. So they'll still
Okay,
deduct whatever they had deducted.
you can't escape that.
Okay.
Medi-Cal, Medicare, and Medicare and Social Security, you can't escape that. That's a percentage, and that's it.
Okay.
You have to pay that. Doesn't matter what you make. This is why there's a 15.5% or 15.9%, whatever the percentage is right now, on self-employment tax. You can't
Okay.
escape it.
Cool.
So.
So I know that you did mention this. So you do help people like know like what's better for them to actually stay as like either like sole proprietary or like for them to actually create like an LLC. So do you guide people through all this process?
I do.
You do?
Yes. And so this is my biggest thing when it comes to a lot of the clients because a lot of people through certain, and I'm going to blame TikTok on this one, they started telling everybody, like, hey, build an LLC and you can save taxes, you could do this and XYZ. Negatory. I never like encourage anybody to open any type of corporation, any type of LLC, any type of S Corp, C Corp partnership if they don't know where they're going to go.
Gotcha.
So yeah, when my clients come in, right away I can see like, okay, you're making a good amount of money. I'm gonna start watching you. How am I gonna start saving you later on in life? So the next year I'm just like, okay, where are we at? Where's the projection at? Where is it going? And then I start to move them. And I'm like, okay, now I gotta put you into either an LLC that's gonna be able to do a S selection,
Hmm.
or I'll just do an S corporation to begin with, and here you go. I
Gotcha.
want people to know, I don't like for the people who are listening, I want everybody to know that an LLC does not save you in taxes. It is strictly built to protect your personal assets.
Gotcha. Okay.
So important.
And
Yeah.
no, it's very important
Yeah.
because people will tell me, they're like, oh, well, I was told that it'll save me in taxes. Yes, it can if I move it to an S selection.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do that because there's a lot of responsibility that goes with it.
Hmm.
And if people are not going to actually be in compliance on the responsibilities that it takes to have this S selected corporation, because you have to put yourself on payroll. Now you have to open up, you have to do separate tax returns. Now you have to have bookkeeping, XYZ. You have to be really, really on top of your stuff.
Hmm.
That's the only way it's going to work. If not, if you're just opening it up because you think it's going to save you money, that's not how it works.
Just because you heard it in TikTok, right?
Yeah. So you gotta educate.
I mean,
And we were
that's my
literally,
biggest challenge with the world right now.
Yeah.
yeah, we were literally talking about it before you got on it. How there's, usually, like, I put an example. My mom, right? She sees all these things on Facebook and she thinks it's real. So I'm like, you gotta educate yourself and look for the actual information, or for the people that are doing it.
Yeah,
It's so important.
Listen to the actual professionals that have been doing this for
exactly.
years, and then obviously that you guys know the codes, you guys know all these things that that have to go into play in order for you guys to even achieve one of those things. And I know that sometimes YouTube University sometimes helps a little bit,
YouTube University.
right? YouTube University helps a little bit, and then TikTok too. Sometimes some good recipes there, but it also could be a bad recipe for things like this, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, it's an extremely bad recipe for things like this when you're not actually getting yourself educated. I mean, I have so many clients currently right now that opened up a bunch of LLCs during COVID because the businesses were taking off. I was actually just speaking about this the other day, and everybody was making money during that time, and they're to start opening up these LLCs, not knowing exactly what was going on. And guess what? They all owe money right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
They didn't keep up with the LLCs. They didn't keep up with the S corporations. They didn't keep up with the partnerships. They didn't know where it was going to go.
Wow.
So now they're not making money because, whatever the business was that was taking off at the time is no longer profitable.
oh, so now they're paying. Now they're paying for that price.
Well, no, not now. Now I'm getting people coming in saying, "Hey, I got this letter." I'm like, you didn't tell me that you opened up a corporation. I'm like, why? You didn't
so
need to do that.
so this is why it's crucial to have basically a relationship with your tax specialist, and then obviously like your accountants as well, right? Whether you do W-2s or whether you be a entrepreneur, like it's always good to basically have a team that backs you up, right?
Well, you have to have somebody that knows. I have a lot of good relationships with a lot of accountants, like all from, my circumference of the people that are around me, and they're very, very smart people. And even there's if I don't know something, someone else is going to know it. So we do a lot of networking within each other.
Okay.
And but we always do sit and we talk and we say the same thing. Like people just get ahead of themselves, and now they're like, "Oh, can we dissolve it? Can we do this?" I'm like, "Well, you can, but so people know, those who are listening on the radio, you cannot dissolve a corporation without paying your state dues."
Oh.
So it's
So
not
it
going to save you.
continues.
Yeah.
It's not going to
Yeah,
save
you
you.
have to.
So
It continues to accumulate.
okay. So is that for every state, or is that just like for the state of California?
Well, I'm just talking state of California.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just talking. I mean, there's Texas doesn't have state taxes. Nevada doesn't have state taxes. Wyoming doesn't have state taxes. But in order to be able to open up a corporation there, you have to have an address, and it just becomes like really, really messy.
Yeah. Gotcha. All
Yeah.
right. Any other tips or something you would like to share to our listeners?
Yeah, file your taxes.
Main one.
I don't care if you are gonna owe and I have to put you on a payment plan.
Okay.
The penalty for not filing taxes is so bad, specifically when you owe, that it's just a bigger liability at the end. I have a client currently that he came to me 4 years ago, and I just filed 4 years for him, and just for not filing on time, he got hit with $45,000 in taxes just on failure to file and interest and penalties.
Whew.
I was like, you could have just done a payment plan and just made your payments.
Made it easier,
Is
yeah.
is this for everyone, or is it just only for people that know that they're going to
Everyone.
have to pay?
Everyone.
Only for people that are going to pay.
Gotcha.
If you're going to get a refund, they don't obligate you to do it, but you do have a 3-year deadline. So after
Gotcha.
3 years, if you're going to get a refund, then you don't get it anymore.
But I mean, it'll be kind of like, not smart to do that, because like you're basically giving away your money, right? Because it was something that was
Correct.
meant for you, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's my biggest advice. Just file your taxes.
Yeah, because
Just rip the
sorry.
Band-Aid.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Rip the
oh yeah.
Band-Aid.
I do have some customers that sometimes when I talk to them about like the financial services that we do, obviously one of our partners is you, right? So I've been sending a lot of folks to you, and then I guess that was kind of like their main question was like, hey, I haven't filed taxes for this amount of years. So like, they're kind of scared now. So they're like, I don't want to do it anymore. And it's like, well, you have to. So I did ask them, some of them were like, I know that I don't have to pay anything back. So I'm like, so why are you guys scared? So I feel like they're scared because they're like, I just skipped already 1 year. So I'm like,
If you don't owe, you're okay. The only thing is that after 3 years, you're basically forfeiting that refund
return.
that could be possibly there, yeah, right? But here's the other thing. Um, you don't know how much you can get back or how these things work. So, for example, the whoever your employer is, let's just assume it's a W-2, right?
Okay.
Okay. And you work at a construction job. This is just hypothetically speaking. You work at a construction job and you use your own truck and you use, you buy stuff that you don't get reimbursed for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe you can't use it for federal, but you could definitely take it for California because you could still itemize your deductions with California, and then you can increase your refund there.
Oh,
You see where I'm going?
okay. Yeah. Okay.
And that's on a W-2 basis.
Okay. So,
But it works only for California. So like a lot of my police officers,
uh-huh.
they do so much with the city, with their training that they put out of pocket. So I cannot deduct their expenses when it comes on the federal side, but I do take it on California side because
Okay.
they do spend that money.
Yeah. So, is that the same thing for like? Because I know that, and then my wife is one of them. Teachers, I know that like yes, they're on salary, but like they spend so much money. Like I know that it's like sometimes we're like getting stuff, and I'm like, shouldn't the schools be providing this?
materials and all that,
Yeah,
yeah.
material and stuff like that. So it's like, is that something? I cannot say like a
On
hack,
the
but
California side only.
yeah, and I can't afford that. Oh, okay. Well,
And
now
it
you
makes
know.
it makes a difference if there is a big withholding there. So whatever is on your withholding with California, that's what I do. I try to grab as much of it back.
Okay. So
No,
how
there's no
can
credits, but whatever you paid on it.
Gotcha. Okay. So how can somebody get a hold of you or have a consultation with you?
Blow up my phone. Call me.
Do you have
You
any
know what?
social media?
I have my social media. You guys can follow me on social media, send me messages. I have like an entire team. If anybody wants to get a hold of me and have a consultation, being that it's KCAA radio, I will give 30 minutes of free consultation to anybody that
Awesome.
follows me, gets in contact with me, and schedule an appointment. And I'd be really, really happy to answer any questions for any
Oh,
of your
nice.
followers.
Where are you located? Where is your office located?
I have one office in Montclair, another one in Pomona.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
And then what was the can you put your can you say that your hashtags or I'm sorry, your handles? That way people can communicate with you?
At primary tax service sis. I don't even know it. Sorry.
Do you have any phone number that they can reach out to?
Yeah, 626-260-1483. Please text me. I don't answer every single call because that's an actual like number that comes directly to me, and the only reason I say is because I get so many spams.
Yeah.
But if you text me, I would be so happy to send you the link and we can schedule an appointment. I'll give you 30-minute free consultation. Ask away.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Can you repeat it one more time, please, just for the listeners?
626-260-1483.
Thank you so
And
much.
you did say 30 minutes because they're on the radio, right? So if they can
Only,
mention
yeah,
something,
if they're on the radio, so be like hashtag KCAA 30-minute consultation
Talkaholics.
free. Yes. And then I'll be like, okay, this one's coming from
awesome.
KCAA.
Awesome. Thank you
And
so
it will
much.
come directly to me or my assistant.
Okay.
So.
So we still have a couple minutes. Any other? We had 11 minutes. I mean, sorry, 6 minutes. Any other kind of like advice that you can give to the listeners? Whatever thing that you think that is like important.
Or
Besides,
like
obviously,
common
like,
questions that
yeah.
she gets, maybe, right? Like, yeah.
You know, don't be afraid of the IRS. They're actually your biggest helpers. Don't call them right now on the where's my refund. They're not going to answer any questions for you.
Okay.
Please do not create losses just to increase the refunds. Those are getting audited left and right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What
There's a
does
lot
that
of
mean?
people that So, for example, if you're a W-2 employee and you went exempt on your tax return,
Mhm.
then a lot of places that they go to, they're creating losses, like creating fictitious businesses.
Mhm.
And so it reduces the income, which increases the credit, which gives them a refund.
Okay.
Okay, it's fictitious. The IRS is going to catch it. They're going to get it. They might not get it this year. They might not get it next year. They're going to get it in 2 years.
But they'll get
But
it.
they're going to catch it. Be aware of any tax return that says self-prepared. Those are considered ghost preparers.
Okay.
They're not signing off on your stuff.
Okay. So whenever, because I've done it before, right? And it says like, they don't even protect you if like it gets audited or stuff like
Nope.
that, right?
You're solo.
And then with your
Me,
guys,
yeah, me myself, I sign off on every single tax return. So I am responsible for your that tax return.
sweet. Okay. Well, you
And
guys
that's a
heard
really
her.
big one.
Yeah.
Anything, and I'm not like against filing your taxes on your own, like on TurboTax. I mean, my software is into it. I'm not against like, tax bandits or anything. They're actually really good softwares. But when you have so much going on, like you have crypto, you have a house, you have children, you have a W-2, you have a business, you have this, don't do that yourself. You need guidance and real professional guidance, and
Yeah.
just pay it. It's
When
not cheap, but you'll get
Yeah.
it done right.
Yeah. It's like, you get what you pay for, right? And it's like it's always good to have somebody that knows exactly what they're doing instead of just us, typing in our stuff and then seeing, okay, maybe if I do this, I know that it's going to increase my refund. But then kind of like what you said, right? They might not catch it this year, next year, but they will catch it eventually. And then obviously that's when you can get hurt, badly.
Awesome.
And that's one of my biggest things with that. And I have to like really emphasize on this part. I'm like, the government is here for you. The IRS, the state, they're here for you fairly.
Yeah.
But if you don't really structure your stuff correctly, you got to also know that they're not here just to give you free money.
Yeah.
So you need to, people need to understand that when someone goes out there, like I'll drive down the street and they'll be like, oh, $7,000 for 3 kids and all that. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And that's not how it works. That's how they lure you in, but that's not how it works.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank you so much. It's been an honor to have you here. You brought so much valuable information, and I'm sure everyone's going to be like asking more questions.
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
So I hope so.
yeah. Before we let you go, one more time, if you want to give out your number, that way people can contact you, and then obviously as long as they put KCAA, those 30 minutes, they'll give you.
Yeah.
You'll get them for 30 minutes, right?
Hashtag KCAA 30 minutes. My phone number is 626-260-1483. I'd be very happy to help you. I am a big book of information. I prefer to help people. I don't care for the money and the profits because everything comes because Jesus loves me. So
Amen.
There you go. Love
Alrighty.
it. Thank you
Well,
so much.
Maribel, thank you.
yeah, absolutely. All right, you guys have a wonderful night.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
you too.
Likewise.
Bye.
Alrighty. So this will be concluding our first live. It's a lot.
It was amazing.
It was.
Thank you so much if you stayed till this
Till now.
point.
And then if they want to follow us,
Yeah, so if you want to go ahead and follow us, we have the Talkaholics. Can you?
yeah. So all of our handles, whether that be Instagram, on TikTok, and then we have our YouTube channel. All of them are the same. They are Talkaholics 411. So anything at Talkaholics 411.
Yeah, and then we have our personal at SoyLaJazz91. And
At More Ways Jose.
thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have any questions or any suggestions for next time, it'll be an honor.
Yes. Till next time.
Y que te da chamaquita. El corazón lo puso en la neverita. Dice que te espera, se queda solita, pero nunca sola, sola. Amores vienen y van como la sola. Todos le escriben hola. Una fila cabrón, la cola, yo, yo, yo. Deja montarte el sombrero que no te queme. Aquí hay mucha nena linda, pero tú la tienes. Jugar conmigo se te entretiene. No seas mala, me tienes de meme. Me siento como el sol, ey, cuando te pones sunblock. Baby, déjame entrar.
Miss your favorite show? Download the podcast at kcaaradio.com.
Tim McGraw is paying his respects to late actor Robert Duvall. The singer shared a post on social media calling the actor one of the all-time greats. He honored Duvall's life and work, saying he was an incredible talent, one that doesn't come along that often. McGraw worked with Duvall on the set of the 2008 film Four Christmases. The actor passed away on Sunday at 95 years old. And Netflix is telling the owner of TikTok to cease and desist posting AI-generated videos of its intellectual property. Mark Mayfield with more.
Deadline says the streaming service has sent a cease and desist letter to ByteDance, calling on the TikTok company to remove AI videos of Stranger Things, K-pop Demon Hunters, and other popular Netflix shows. The letter claims the TikTok videos are willful and constitute direct copyright infringement. ByteDance says it's taking steps to strengthen current safeguards and working to prevent the unauthorized use of intellectual property and likeness by users. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Miley Cyrus is officially announcing a Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special. The singer posted on social media saying she's going back to where it all began. The Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special premieres March 24th on Disney+. That's entertainment. I'm Jacqueline Carl.
Southern California's Inland Talk